All right, that's a clip from Swagger, the new highly anticipated series inspired by NBA star and Prince George's County native Kevin Durant's life and experiences. Swagger explores the world of youth basketball and the players and their families, as well as the coaches who walk the fine line between dreams and ambition. This morning, Swagger creator Reggie Rock Bythewood joins us to talk all about the series. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. I hope you are as well. So let's talk about this. We've seen the clips. It's out right now. So give us a synopsis of what this is really all about.
Well, on the surface, Swagger is a series about youth basketball. You know, we meet our players. They're 14 years old. And you're right. In many ways, this is inspired by KD's experiences in grassroots and club basketball and all the experiences he had as a 14-year-old. And while we really delve a lot into what it takes to be in this sort of high-pressured youth world of basketball, we also really explore what happens off the court. So Swagger is a series about basketball that's not about basketball. I mean, ultimately, it's about growing up in America.
Right. Reggie, why did you decide to do this right now? Why the timing right now?
I mean, you know, when I met with KD, I really saw this landscape of a series that could really challenge us to have us look at ourselves and ask ourselves, like, how do we treat kids in this country? And also just a big pull on me with the storytelling is I'm a father. So, you know, I have a son, he's 20 years old now, goes to NYU, but he played in this club basketball circuit. And my 17-year-old is a high school senior who plays high-level baseball. And so just the parenting of it and what we see kids going through, growing up, in this point in time, it's like the times dictate what we have to deal with and the stories we have to tell. We never, when we first started doing this, we never anticipated doing a story that dealt with the pandemic. The pandemic hit us in the middle of our season while we were shooting, so we had to shut down for a while. So, but the great things really elevated our storytelling because we start off where there's no pandemic, nobody ever heard of a pandemic. And then the pandemic hits, and within our series, we see how the world changed and how the lives of our characters have been altered.
Now, Reggie, how real does it get in here? Because you said you have kids that are involved in the leagues and the club basketball. I've experienced some good things and some bad things in there as well. We're talking about from the parents' perspective, from the coach's perspective, from the fans' outrageous behavior. Are we getting all of that in there? Are they going to, when they watch this, are people going to see all of this, the people who are not involved, and say, oh, my goodness, I had no idea it was that intense on that level?
Well, I mean, one of the things I wanted to do was give a view from every seat in the house. So I want the audience to see it from the coach's perspective, from the player's perspective, from the mama's, the dad's perspective, from the sneaker company perspective, you know? I mean, there are sneaker companies that are looking at 14-year-old, 15-year-old players. So I really wanted to deal with that. So I think some people will come into this world and say, like, wow, I really didn't know the level of intensity. But on another level, a lot of people are going to come into this world and really be able to relate to it. I mean, you know, there are kids that are on the debate team or just trying to get good grades or, you know, in dance and gymnastics. Like, it's a common denominator in what a lot of our youth are going through, but our canvas is basketball.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, Reggie, we appreciate your time this morning. So thank you, sir, for joining us and telling us about the story and sharing the story as well. Appreciate you.
Really appreciate it. We're on Apple TV, and come check us out.
All right. You just heard him. Streaming right now, Apple TV Plus, new episodes on Fridays.